guys, here we are today in downtown Chicago, going to do another M&R Blue Crew tour at Sharprint. Let's go in and check it out.
Hey Dylan, how are you?
Hey Jack, how are you, man?
Good to meet you.
Yeah, you too.
Welcome to Sharprint.
Yeah, thanks for having us out.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is a pretty sweet building.
Yeah, I know, right?
Just from the outside.
Excited to show you guys around.
Yeah. Let's go check it out.
But what we'll start here with is our main production floor for screen print. So we have 6 automatics. We're running right now from about 6 to midnight. So we have 2 shifts. We're printing, I'm sure like anywhere from like 10,000 to 15,000 garments a day, just depending on the season. And the majority of our business is within, the promo space, which is kind of our bread and butter. And then we do about, 20% is like with the music space and a lot of brands. But obviously we're printing with all M&Rs.
What presses have you, what are new upgrades and what have you had for a long time? And some of these look like well taken care of older models. And
yeah,
then there's mixed in some new ones.
We usually get new presses about every 4 years. So I think we're coming right up on that point where we're about to get new presses. But the Cobra is awesome. We love the 16 head. I think we're going to get a few more 16 heads coming up here just because we have a ton of high color simulated process that we do and a ton of oversized stuff. So this press is fantastic for that. And then we're just trying to update our screen room right now and digital as well.
Get that new G4. Yeah, that'll go right there.
This is also something new that we're working on. This is it's called a one-arm bandit. We've been using it for a few years. We use it for all over printing. So like a lot of the brand, like it allows us to print here, check this out, like top to bottom on a garment.
Are you guys just experimenting with that or playing around with it? Or is this
no, we've
used
it for a lot of our customers. It's expensive, but like compared to like doing something cut and sew overseas.
Yeah.
Another thing that we're really well known for is doing a lot of specialty printing, particularly for like the music industry. So it's, really detailed simulated process, a lot of like, high density inks, shimmer inks. So we're always trying to keep up with like the latest edge of like what's going on in the industry.
So.
Yeah, but this is our screen room. If you look right here, we're actually doing that all over.
Is that
print.
the one you're doing?
Yeah.
How are you guys going about coding this?
I don't actually know. I'd have to ask my screen guy. I'm not.
Because it looks like it's not like in strips or anything.
I think he's doing it by hand.
Just like one. Oh, there it is right there.
Oh yeah, he is doing it by hand.
One monster coder. Yeah, that's awesome.
But with the rest of our screen room, we're using the Duluth CTS, which is great. And we're busting out a whole lot of screens obviously we're mostly contract decorators. It's about, 60% of our business, which is contract. And it's mostly in the promo space, which is very fast paced. So this thing's going all day. We have somebody doing day shift and night shift burning screens.
There's another one ready to go.
Yeah. But yeah, again, this is like prepping just for and normally the image would be way larger when you're doing an all over print. Right. But since we're doing this
just
on
a smaller garment.
Yeah, it's a smaller garment. So this will cover, I think it's a tank top, so it'll cover the entire thing. The majority of what we do, we do a lot of corporate stuff. So it's it's probably 40% of our business where it's 5-6 color, really basic prints.
Right.
But what we really pride ourselves on is the really detailed stuff. I love it when we have something that's a little more complex coming through here, whether it's all over printing or using like a really crazy ink.
Just a fun sim process.
Yeah, and we're really fortunate to have a lot of people that have been with the company for 10, 15 plus years that are really experienced in the industry. So our art guy's great. We have a fantastic production manager. Everyone's really passionate about what they do here.
Yeah.
So coming out and trying to create a print that's a little more outside of the box is so fun. And then we have a big finishing department. About half of what we print here goes to fulfillment centers, whether it's our fulfillment center or one of our clients' fulfillment centers. We're also doing a lot of custom packaging and custom hang tagging as well for some of the brands that we work with.
Shipping and receiving?
Shipping and receiving. I would say this is one of the harder jobs in the building because, we have 2 sides of our business. The main side is, with the promotional products industry, where people are sending us blanks. Which when we're purchasing our own blanks, it's really easy to receive everything because, it has our order number, we order everything.
The boxes are in the right PO and everything like that.
It automatically goes into our system. We, again, about 50 to 60% of our business is clients sending us blanks, which is a lot of education being like, hey, this is exactly how we need you guys to send us the blanks or else things are going to get lost. And it's a lot of just making sure that the vendors are sending the correct blanks.
Are you doing any fulfillment in this warehouse too, or is
We
it
have,
all just...
we have another fulfillment center that we're building out back here, or in a warehouse behind us, which isn't complete yet. But that's the newest thing that we're offering.
Yeah. There's a lot of embroidery.
Yeah, no, we have 75 heads here. Again, we're running 2 shifts, so we run from about 6 a.m. to midnight right now. Right now, we're right in this is really our busy season for embroidery. A lot of corporate gifting, so they're really working their butts off right now. Long hours and working weekends, but that's what we love, you know.
Right. Yeah. It's a good problem to be busy. I would rather busy stress than slow stress.
Exactly. Slow stress is the worst.
Yes, by far. How often are you guys doing screen print and embroidery in the same? Like, do you ever print anything and then do embroidery over top?
Yeah, we do it a lot. I'd say it's about 10 orders a week at least.
I've seen that becoming more and more of a trend now. It's funny too, because I never thought I would see it in the band world, but I'm seeing more and more bands now mixing embroidery with screen print.
Which I like. It's kind of a cool, creative way to like open up a
lot of bands too aren't. I mean, like 10 years ago, everything was like, how can I get these as cheap as possible? Where it was like the cheapest blank, 1 or 2 color print. And now I see more and more bands doing more like higher end garments with, like I said, like other finishing options, like screen print with embroidery or neck labels on everything, or...
Yeah, I think people are trying to get more creative now because there's particularly in the music world, there's so much merchandise out where everyone's kind of wants to like differentiate themselves. Everyone's trying to still make money, but like I still think it's like, I think it's so important because like I obviously working in the merch world, when I do go to a show, I'm, obviously everything's overpriced. There's no way I'm buying anything unless it's really, really cool.
Right.
So like if I go to like, some rap show and they got something that's like embroidery or screen print and embroidery, and I'm like, wow, they actually put the time into that. Then I'll buy it. Or jersey.
How heavy into digital stuff are you guys trying to get?
We weren't heavy for a while, and we kind of kept it light, and now we're expanding it. So we've started with 2 presses. We're running 2 shifts. We're going to go up to 5 now, and the big reason because of that is the online stores that we're doing.
Yeah.
And also direct to film, which has been huge recently. The reason, again, being mostly in the promo industry, the majority of the time that we would use this is just if, you had a small run with a lot of colors. So it wasn't like a lot of one-offs that we were doing.
Yep.
Now we've gone into a lot more one-offs. And the other side of it is that now direct to film has come into play, where we had to say no to a lot of jobs that we would have done direct to garment just because of the type of garment it was going on, whether it was polyester or whatever. And now this has opened up the world of like being able to decorate on any type of garment,
for sure.
which has been huge for us. And I always try to steer people away from doing this just because I grew up screen printing and it seems so unnatural to me, and I don't think it's like the best look all the time.
Yeah.
And it's not very artistic driven. It's more so just kind of like
no, but it's more of a tool. I mean, I feel like a lot of people are like digital or screen print, but it's like, well, realistically, we're customer service people first and then screen printers second. So if the customer really wants 4 pieces that are 14 colors, then if you have the tool to provide them with that garment, then
yeah, exactly. And you never want to say no to a customer, So it's more so utility. And it's also fun to like, if I want to print one shirt that says something dumb, like for my friends, I'll print one shirt.
Totally.
But then we're also doing a ton of heat press. Whether it's like direct to film or just, normal vinyl. We also do a lot of inside tags over here. Yeah. Particularly for hoodies, just because
we've switched a lot of our neck labels all to heat transfers.
Yeah, which makes a big difference. It's not as efficient, but
no, but it's a better quality tag.
Yeah, absolutely. A way better quality tag.
Yeah. I want to smack you in the face. What was your decisions for the Cobras? Was it just because it was the new cool option, or did you want to go more? Like, because I know you got a couple, you got 1 sporty or 2 sporties?
Yeah, I think we got the Cobra right when it came out. So I think it was like just a new thing that came out. Yeah. And I'm sure when we get new ones, we have more Cobras. The thing with us is that being contract printers, we beat the hell out of our presses, I mean,
well, you're running 2 shifts too.
We're running 2 shifts. They're constantly running, which is good for the presses in a way. Like, you want to keep using them.
Yeah.
But we just beat the hell out of these things. So the upkeep...
That's a good thing.
Yeah,
they're
no,
still
it's-
running and
yeah.
they're doing awesome.
And we also have a great mechanic, thank God, who comes in here, and obviously the last thing you want is any downtime on press.
Right.
So just having a full-time mechanic makes a huge difference, where if there is something wrong, he can fix it right away, particularly in our busy seasons. You know, in our busy season, if one press goes down for a day, that costs us so much money.
Yeah.
So it's just so vital that we both have good presses, and we have people that are able to maintain the presses constantly.
Well, the other thing too, you're in Chicago, so
Yeah,
an
that's
artist
how
in your
big Chicago.
backyard.
Yeah, exactly. It makes a huge difference.
Yeah, it's a big difference.
But this is our customer service and art department. So we have 6 full-time customer service people now who are just handling all our day-to-day accounts. We have 3 full-time artists. We also have 3 people that work for us overseas that are putting in orders and helping kind of with like
That
logistics.
person's a dog.
That's a dog, yeah, that's Rizzo. He's the kind of Sharprint dog right now. He's awesome. Yeah, but again, like a big thing with us, we always like doing a lot of specialty printing. Oversized prints is really big. You know, I work with a lot of brands, so like this is a cool one where we're doing like a puff and then we like printed over this. This might not be. But, like,
How are you guys going about doing that?
I think we did this manually, where we just put like, it was
On a
just a
sleeve
weird
palette?
placement. Yeah, which was weird because this
So
was.
did you print the front and then the sleeves kind of were its own thing?
Yeah, we printed the front and then we printed the sleeves as like another individual print.
That's cool.
And then
I
we
like,
did
I
one
like
right
that.
on the seam.
I like that you wouldn't necessarily, the customer wouldn't know. You know what I mean? To them, it's all one print.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't look
And
like it's
it
different
doesn't look
locations.
unnatural, you know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't look like it's separate print location.
But then what we also do, you know, is we come out with a kit every single year for our clients where we put 12 shirts in it, and each shirt has a different printing technique on it.
Oh, that's cool.
Which, you know, is really, because a lot of our clients don't know any of this stuff exists. They just think of, you know,
So are you
slap a logo on a
Are you
shirt.
just making up designs for those and then putting it together as like a?
Yeah, so we have a great graphic team that both, you know, help our clients design their shirts, but also help design our, you know, sample kit. This is like how it comes into our clientele.
It's really nice.
Well, they'll get this, and again, they get one every single year. It's a big sales tool for us. Like, it'll have our pricing in there.
So is that the pricing for the garments that are in here?
Yeah, it's mostly like our contract pricing. And then this, which is huge for us, again, when we're talking to like contract or people who are contract decorating with us, we're so big on like having all the information you need on a purchase order. So this just shows like every single thing that we need on a PO, which is super helpful, and people still screw it up even though it's right in front of their
It's
face.
kind of like a nice way to say, hey, can you do it like this from now
Get your
on?
stuff together, like,
Right.
come on.
So how did this whole thing come about? Like, how did the shop start?
So my dad started the shop 35 years ago in his basement. He was printing band T-shirts for local bands. He was in a band himself, and then it just kind of kept growing. Now we have, you know, 120 employees and headaches that I'm sure you could imagine. But it's an industry that and then I got involved when I was 18. I was going to go to college, and then I just decided to work
I was
for the
going to say,
family
did you
business.
want to work for the family business? Or
I did,
were you
yeah,
just
so-
were you just a screen print rat that was
It
here?
started where I kind of wasn't a good kid, and then, you know, like college didn't really make sense for me at the time. So I was like, whatever, I'll work on the production floor. And, you know, I always knew I kind of wanted to work for the family business,
Right.
but I wasn't really sure. And for the first 2 years, I just started like printing out there and doing the day-to-day stuff, which I do like.
Yeah.
And then I got involved with sales, marketing, and then I kind of grew like a real passion for it.
Awesome.
And, you know, I love this business. It's fun, you know, and I have 3 of my best friends work for me now that I grew up with, and you know, one of my best friends and I are starting another wing of the business right now that's more so design based. So you know, I'm so fortunate to be able to do this every single day and work with my dad and work with my friends.
Yeah,
and
that's really cool.
It's a fun industry, you know. Every single day is a different challenge. There's a lot of problem solving. There's a lot of, you know, new ideas to go into marketing, and it's just so many moving parts. But it's a blast. I'm having fun every single day.
That's sweet.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah, you too.
Carlos. Well, we're in Sharprint. As you can see, we're in the heart of Logan Square. We want to talk about this quick clean machine. I think it's the best invention I've ever heard so far. No, just kidding. Machines and but this is a good tool that we've been asking for years. Screen printers. Everybody thought it's probably a waste of time, but now it's like I don't have the need to have a guy here all day
Yeah.
cleaning 6 machine squeeze. I can save the labor by everybody does dishwashers here. You know, I pass by, throw 20 squeeze, walk away. Somebody else pass by, pick them up, put them on the rack. We have this special rack that we made. Frank, our friend Frank did it for us. GSG, custom made, GS Fed, and we love it, man. It's life changing for us. It saves so much labor and time. Now, like I say, the beauty of this is that anybody can pass by, Oh, you see squeeze? Dump them in there, walk
Right.
away. You know, another guy pass by. Oh, it's done. Put them out, put them on the rack. We're done. So it's not a one guy job. It's everybody's job.
It's a quality of life thing too, because then, like you said, you don't have to have somebody here scrubbing and using chemicals and getting things off.
That's
Everything's in the
$35,000-$40,000 a year that
Yeah.
you don't have to. Not only that, it just sucks to be. It's a job.
yeah,
It's just
right.
It's not
And now
fun.
that person can go work somewhere else.
absolutely. We can trade with the screens, tape the screens, and meanwhile I can have the same guy multitasking, doing three jobs at the same time,
right.
and still get excellent results. I mean, you see the results on this thing.
Yeah.
It's
So these are fresh out of the machine.
yes, they're beautiful. There's nothing to do with them.
And there's no like ink down embedded in the crack.
We leave them here to drain. We, like I say, this rack is
So you
amazing.
go right from there to here on
That's
the
it.
crank rack.
That's it.
On the GSF.
So right now we don't have any. What we do, we use this as a pre-sink.
Yeah.
So when we have dry ink or something, we kind of give it a little quick and then we put them in there.
Right.
But you know, we're trying to keep it
More fresh squeegees.
exactly.
Clean
We
up,
want to
yeah.
keep this as chemistry wise and everything wise as less dirty as possible.
How often are you running this throughout the day?
Oh man, we do easily 5 cycles a day. Easily, we clean anything between 100, 120 screens every day. Squeegees, the screens is the same amount. And, it's great. It's a great machine. It's a great machine. I couldn't be happier with. Saves on chemistry, labor.
Right.
A lot of
Well, labor is the biggest thing.
labor is the biggest thing. Yeah, and then like I say, nobody would look at it, squeeze as being important, and it's so overdue. It's a lot easier and funner to be a screen printer these days to
Yeah.
what it was. You know, it's I don't remember those hammers.
Right.
They hit it.
No hammers anymore.
No hammer.
Right.
You don't see a hammer anywhere. We shut it off. You used to
Yeah.
have. It's changed. It has changed. And this is, like I say, I could. The
Stuff
same
like that
way-
makes-
I could. You know, it's. I cleaned the squeeze for years, man. It's tough.
Right. Now you don't have to.
Now you don't have to. But yeah, it's well, nice having you, man.
Yeah, thanks for showing us, man. Well, guys, we just checked out Sharprint, and that place is awesome. They got a lot of really cool things going on in there, and we'll see you in the next one. Well, we're happy to help them out.
I'll say see you guys in the next one.
I don't want to say see you guys in the next one because I'm not going to be in the next one.